Hey everybody, this is Jeff here of NVG Games, back for the Ncast Live Weekly Podcast. This is the Ncast Live Weekly Podcast, episode 17, the Wrecking Crew Podcast. Wrecking Crew is a 1985 action game developed and published by Nintendo, and it was designed by Yoshio Sakamoto and released as a launch title for the Nintendo Entertainment System. The player controls Mario, or Luigi, in two-player mode, and attempts to destroy all of a certain set of objects with a large hammer on each of 100 levels. Mario can't jump because of the hammer's weight. The player can select any level to start on from the title screen. Each level takes place on a playfield divided into an invisible grid, each space of which can contain one object. Objects include destructible walls, pillars, and ladders, indestructible barrels and ladders, bombs that destroy all connected destructible objects, and various enemies that Mario must avoid. Doors may also exist, which can be opened to cause enemies to move harmlessly into the background. The game also introduced a new character, a construction foreman named Spike, who is believed to be an early version of Wario, who chases Mario and attempts to disrupt him by knocking down objects and causing him to fall to the bottom of the playfield. The player starts the game with 5 lives and loses a life whenever Mario comes in contact with an enemy or a fireball. The game is over when all lives are lost. The game can also be aborted at any time and must be aborted if Mario becomes trapped in a barrel. Because Mario lacks the ability to jump, the player must figure out the optimal order in which to destroy objects. For example, if a player destroys a ladder too soon, a wall may become unreachable, and thus the player cannot finish the level. Destroying multiple objects in a row, usually with a chain of bombs, scores extra bonus points, and occasionally bonus items may appear that Mario can collect. Wrecking Crew also features a level editor, which allows the player to design up to 4 levels. However, the save and load features were designed for use with the Famicom Data Recorder, which is a cassette tape device that was only released in Japan, thus rendering the save ability unavailable to North American players. The game's US manual includes a note stating that the load and save functions have been programmed in for potential product developments. When the game was released for Virtual Console in North America, the save and load features were re-enabled using system storage, but the 3DS Virtual Console version can't use those features. Wrecking Crew was published by Nintendo Research and Development 1, or developed rather, and published by Nintendo. It is designed by Yoshio Sakamoto, composed by Hirokazu Tanaka. It's been released on the NES and Famicom, the Famicom Disk System, the Game Boy Advance, and Virtual Console. It was released on Wii Virtual Console, 3DS Virtual Console, through the Ambassador program, as well as a full version as well, and also the Wii U Virtual Console. It's an action and puzzle game, and it has single-player and multiplayer modes. Now moving on to releases for the week. What's coming out this week? Well, in North America, on the Wii U, we're getting Poncho on August 18th. And in Europe, they're also getting that the same day, August 18th, and they're also getting another game on Wii U, Citadel Gate of Souls, on the 18th of August, which is next Thursday. And of course, there'll be the usual, Nintendo download releases next week as well, but those haven't been announced yet. So, on the Nintendo 3DS in North America on the 18th, we're getting Brick Race and Kingdom's Item Shop. And on the 19th, we're getting Metroid Prime Federation Force and Style Savvy Fashion Forward. And Japan on the 17th, they're getting Maru Gaokaku Shakai Fukushi Samurai Shiken Hasai 28 Nindohan. I probably butchered the pronunciation, but that's a 3DS release for Japan on the 17th. On the 18th in Europe, they're also getting Brick Race, and they're getting Metroid Prime Federation Force a week after we are, I believe, or a couple weeks after, I should say. So that they're not getting it the same day we are. So Nintendo's announced some new Nintendo Selects, Amiibo bundles, and a new Nintendo 3DS bundle. Well, we're getting 3 Wii U games and 5 Nintendo 3DS games that will be added to the Nintendo Selects line of titles, which of course is their name for their Greatest Hits series of games. On Wii U, the new Nintendo Selects titles are Lego City Undercover, Nintendo Land, and The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. On the 3DS, there's Animal Crossing New Leaf, Lego City Undercover, The Chase Begins, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Nintendogs Plus Cats, Golden Retriever and New Friends, and Tomodachi Life. All those titles will be available for a suggested retail price of $19.99 starting on August 26th, which is 2 weeks from yesterday, so just under 2 weeks now. The Amiibo bundles that they announced only feature Wii U games, and they'll be available starting on September 9th for $39.99 each. And if you are looking for Yoshi's Woolly World, you can get that game with a pink Yarn Yoshi or a blue Yarn Yoshi. You can get Mario Party 10 with the Super Mario Series version of Peach or with the Super Mario Series version of Bowser. And you can get Captain Toad Treasure Tracker with the Toad amiibo from the Super Mario Bros. Series. And the Nintendo 3DS bundle they announced is for the smaller version of the system, not the XL version. And as far as I know, this is only the third version of the smaller model to come to North America. We also had one a while back that had Animal Crossing, Happy Home Designer in it, and also the Virtual Console versions of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, I believe, if I remember correctly. And this bundle includes the new 3DS, of course, the non-XL version, a digital copy of Super Mario 3D Land, and 2 cover plates, one which features just Mario and one which has a bunch of Nintendo characters in their pixel/8-bit forms. And you can check out some images of all that over on our website at nvideogames.com, as well as the full press release talking about all of that. See, I'm trying to see if they put in the price of the bundle. Yeah, there it is. I forgot to include that, but the bundle for the 3DS will be available for $149.99. And I'm thinking that comes out the same day as the Nintendo Select tiles, but I'm not sure about that. It's not clear from the press release. But it'll be out sometime within the next few weeks, probably. So for the European Nintendo download this week, well, what did our friends in Europe get? Well, on the Wii U eShop, they got 360 Breakout. 360 Breakout is a breakout game out of the ordinary. It offers single-player, 2-player co-op, and 2-player versus mode, and it supports off-TV play mode. Also got Frankenstein, Master of Death. Victor Frankenstein, an old friend and brilliant scientist, has managed to resurrect the dead. However, the border between life and death is fragile, and Victor has learned the hard way that this balance should not be tampered with. Face terrible monsters, overcome obstacles, and solve clues. Save unhappy creatures from being a victim of an extremely inhuman experiment and stop the Baron Igor. Help restore the course of nature and save Victor and his wife Elizabeth. Solve perplexing puzzles and explore colorful locations in Dracula's legacy. Also got Mortar Melon. Drag the mortar, aim, and fling the melon to collect the fruit. Whizzing through the air, you'll fly across the world, tapping and dragging your environment to release the juicy goods. Look out for pointing objects or you'll explode on impact, sending melony chunks and pips flying. It's a crazy, fruity physics machine launching its way onto the Wii U. They also got Plenty of Fishies. Exclusive to the Wii U, Plenty of Fishies is a game that challenges you to get the best score possible in several different game modes, mainly by eating smaller fish as you get bigger. With several multiplayer options in single player, the amount of fun to be had is almost endless. Each level has its own goals, and each mode is different in many ways. With online leaderboards, challenge yourself with other people's scores from all over the world. They also got a Wii retail game on Wii U this week, and that is Super Paper Mario. The plant's favorite mustachioed hero returns in the third Paper Mario game, bringing a different perspective to the series as he calls on old friends and foes to help him tackle a mysterious enemy from a bizarre parallel universe. Lead Mario's quest to overthrow the evil Count Black before he succeeds in creating a Chaos Heart and bringing about the end of the world as we know it. Playing as Luigi, Princess Peach, and Bowser along the way as you free them from captivity. With the Wii Remote held sideways like the traditional NES controller, Mario's quest starts off as a classic platform adventure, but appearances can be deceiving. With a press of the A button, your perspective on the world changes from 2D to 3D, and the seemingly flat worlds gain hidden depth, with plenty of secrets to be discovered. An evolving mixture of RPG and platform elements, Super Paper Mario offers a huge adventure spread over 8 eye-catching environments with something new to discover around every corner. Enlist the aid of pixel sidekicks along your path to gain special skills. By pointing the Wii Remote at the screen, for example, you can get secret information and reveal hidden objects along the way. They got sales this week on the Wii U for Resident Evil Revelations, DuckTales Remastered, Dungeons & Dragons Chronicles of Mystara, Trine 2 Director's Cut, Trine Enchanted Edition, Joe's Diner, Suspension Railroad Simulator, Reptilian Rebellion, and Wicked Monsters Blast HD Plus, and that one's not available in Germany. On the 3DS eShop, you guys got Ambition of the Slimes. Ambition of the Slimes is a turn-based strategy RPG that controls the slime to battle. The slimes are very weak, but they can take over enemy units and manipulate them to battle. Different kinds of slimes have their own abilities. You have to choose the proper slime to take over the enemy and consider how to battle. Many tactics can be used in battle, and your choice is the key to victory. Try another one if you can't defeat your enemy because the slimes are too weak to battle by themselves. Also got Doll Fashion Atelier. Follow your infinite imagination and sense of fashion to create one-of-a-kind stylish dolls. Choose a doll from 5 different themes: pretty, gothic, Victorian, princess, or antique, and dress it up in stunning clothing pieces. There are over 600 items available, including clothes, shoes, accessories, hairstyles, makeups, and more. Add a frame in the background, draw a doodle, and take a photo with a camera on your Nintendo 3DS. Show your doll collections by creating albums and saving them to your SD card, or sharing them on Miiverse. They also got a demo for Disney Art Academy. Learn to draw dozens of Disney and Pixar characters in Disney Art Academy. You can use a wide variety of tools to learn to draw more than 80 Disney and Pixar characters in 2D. By setting your own pace through multiple easy-to-follow lessons, characters like Mickey Mouse, Nemo from Finding Nemo, Elsa from Frozen, Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story, and Simba from The Lion King come to life on your Nintendo 3DS. They also got a demo for Undead Bowling. Welcome to Undead Bowling. Prevent hordes of bloodthirsty zombies from sinking their rotten teeth into your flesh by mowing them down with a cannon bowling ball. Turn on stereoscopic 3D for extra impact to make the best zombie bowling experience you can get until the world is overrun by zombies and someone opens a bowling alley. At some time in the future, and zombies have overrun the earth, the pens at the local bowling alley have been eaten, so the owner has rounded up a good supply of zombies to use instead. Throw cannon bowling balls along the bowling lane filled with zombies to flatten as many as you can. Make use of 3 different types of bowling balls, including a cannon bowling ball, a hellfire bowling ball, and the devastating mince grinder that tears through everything on the lane. Use the circle pad to steer your bowling ball into the zombies that crowd the lane, squashing as many as you can and preventing them from eating you alive. We also got a 3DS home theme this week, and that is the Animal Crossing Summer Fun theme. That was available as of yesterday, and is described as a summery Animal Crossing theme. Scroll the touchscreen to watch the characters swim. Can you spot Mr. Rossetti? They also got sales on the Nintendo 3DS for a ton of games, and they are Resident Evil Revelations, Eternal Blade, Beyblade Evolution, Bit Trip Saga, Girls Fashion Shoot, Hakuoki Memories of the Shinsengumi, and I probably didn't pronounce that right, but that's not available in Germany. Harvest Moon, The Tale of Two Towns, Hometown Story, Shifting World, Virtue's Last Reward, Sadami, Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D, Super Street Fighter 4 3D, Mega Man Legacy Collection, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, Return to Popolo Croix, A Story of Seasons Fairy Tale, 10-in-1 Arcade Collection, Crazy Kangaroo, Azumi, League of Heroes, Monster Story, Pick a Gem, Pix 3D, Rage of the Gladiator, Speed X 3D Hyper Edition, Speed X 3D, Fun Fairy Party Games, Jewel Match 3, Pazuru, Undead Bowling, Brunch Panic, Pet Novel Series Harvest December, it's not available in Germany, Sweet Memories Blackjack, and Real Heroes Firefighter 3D download version. They also got a couple of virtual console titles on the new Nintendo 3DS, and these are both Super Nintendo titles, and there's Mega Man X2 and Mega Man X3. In the X-Gen Classic Mega Man X2, X must lead a fight against a new threat, Maverick Reproid rebels known as X-Hunters, plus 8 new and deadlier Mavericks. Fortunately, Dr. Light has supplied state-of-the-art upgrades. Seek out the capsule to equip X with a double charge shot, body armor, and more. X can also ride in vehicles like the Mobile Attack Armor and Mobile Attack Cycle, and of course X can use the abilities of defeated Mavericks to turn the enemy's weapons against them. Now, Mega Man X3, just when it seemed like a cure for the Reploids has been found, suddenly the once peaceful robots are turning back into rogue Mavericks. As Maverick Hunters, Mega Man X and Zero spring into action. Mega Man X3 is the final chapter of the series on Super Nintendo. Play as Mega Man X, or for the first time as Zero, who has even more powerful weaponry. In addition to the classic run-and-gun gameplay, collect armor and new enhancement chips to upgrade your abilities further. Do you have the skills to fight this latest outbreak? We've got the latest Japanese Nintendo eShop trailers for you this week. and this is for the week of August 10th. And this is basically the Nintendo download for them as well. I don't think Nintendo Japan puts out a press release, at least not that I've seen before. But anyways, they do put out these trailers, and they got Ashley's Recipes, the Nintendo 3DS home theme. They got the Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks on the Wii U Virtual Console. That's a Nintendo DS game. They got Final Fight from the Super Nintendo on the 3DS Virtual Console. And they got Street Fighter Zero 2, which is Street Fighter Alpha 2 here in the US, on the 3DS Virtual Console. And they got Panel D Pawn or Tetris Attack on the 3DS Virtual Console. And they got a couple Wii retail titles on Wii U this week, and those are Kirby's Epic Yarn and New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And you can check out all those trailers over on our website at nvideogames.com or on Nintendo Japan's YouTube channel. Speaking of Japan, we have the weekly Famitsu scans for you on our website as well, courtesy of Japanese Nintendo and Famitsu. This week we have scans for some Pikachu plush collectibles, Adrian Odyssey 5, Puzzle & Dragons X, and several Yokai Watch games, including Yokai Watch 3, Sushi, and Tempura. So you can check out those scans over on our site. So we got some news this week about a dormant company coming back to life, and that is THQ. They went out of business several years back, but Nordic Games has decided to rebrand and reincorporate themselves as THQ Nordic, or Nordic, whichever you prefer. And they put out a press release announcing that, and they also released a brand new logo, so you can check out all that on our website at nvideogames.com. They also said they currently have 23 projects in development, but only 10 of those have been announced thus far, so they have 13 that are unannounced. And they also said that a good amount of those will be properties once belonging to THQ. And of course we know they have a Darksiders remastered game that's coming out later this year. That's been announced, so that's one of the announced 10 games. Alright, and then we got some news for you about Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Capcom announced the Western release date for the game, and they also released some new screenshots and artwork and a trailer. And you can check out all of those on our website at nvideogames.com. The game is going to be released in North America and Europe on September 8th, and it'll be available for $29.99, 24.99 pounds, or 29.99 euros, and it'll be available on the eShop. It appears it's not going to have a retail release in the West, but that means it will save about $10 off the standard retail price of $39.99 for new 3DS games. Capcom is also going to release a demo for the game on August 25th, which is just under 2 weeks away. That was 2 weeks from Thursday, and that'll be about 2 weeks before the game comes out on its full release. And in the demo, you'll be able to play one of the scenarios of the game, and you can check out the new Divination Seance feature. And this feature will let you view what happens before a person dies and try to figure out what really happened. Some characters from prior games in the series will return, and one of those is Emma Skye, and she was in the very first game and as a student of forensic investigations, and now she's a full forensic investigator. And she'll help Apollo in his defense of Tracy Wright, who is a magician and the adopted daughter of Phoenix Wright. And Apollo and Athena have to figure out what really happened to cause the death of one of her co-workers, Mr. Royce, one of Tracy's co-workers. And there will also be a new character named Bonnie DeFemme in the game as well. The game is going to make use of some of the features of the 3DS to allow you to dust for fingerprints, for example, and you'll also be able to look at objects, or some objects, in a full 360 degrees. You'll also be able to see multiple angles on videos to look for hidden clues. And as I mentioned, we have screenshots, artwork, and the trailer, and the full press release over on our website at nvideogames.com if you want to check that out. We've got the North American Nintendo download for you this week as well. What do we get in North America? Well, in the Wii U eShop, we've got Tadpole Treble. Get ready for a creative adventure as you swim through sheet music and avoid the notes of the game's catchy soundtrack. Along the way, you'll encounter massive bosses, fully sung songs, and plenty of unlockables, as well as an intuitive full-stage song creation mode using the Wii U gamepad controller. We got a Wii retail game on Wii U, and that is Mario Sports Mix. The game presents 4 familiar sports: hockey, basketball, volleyball, and dodgeball, but with a Mario twist. Players can choose from a variety of playable Mushroom Kingdom characters or play as their own Mii characters. In any sport, power-ups can turn the tide of a game in an instant. and in over-the-top Mario Sports fashion, each character can unleash a special move. On the Wii U Virtual Console, we got Wave Race 64. Choose one of 4 characters, each with his or her own unique abilities and style, and master the game's excellent controls. Make your way through 9 courses, each with its own challenges. Take a break from racing to try the stunt mode. Polish your skills, pulling off handstands, rolls, and flips. On the Wii U eShop, we have sales on Wicked Monster Blast HD Plus, Nano Assault Neo, The Perplexing Orb, Pixel Slime U, Tap Tap Arcade, Trine Enchanted Edition, Trine 2 Director's Cut, and miscellaneous titles from RC Maniacs. On the Wii U, we also have releases for Surfin' Sam, Attack of the Acolytes, and 360 Breakout. On the 3DS eShop, we got a demo for Disney Art Academy, and it's basically the same description from the European Nintendo download. In the demo version, you'll be able to try out 2 lessons. There'll be Mickey Mouse and Olaf from Disney Frozen. And the game and demo are in 2D, not 3D. On the Nintendo 3DS eShop, we have sales on Eterno Blade, Etrian Odyssey Untold, The Millennium Girl, Stella Glow, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, Real Heroes Firefighter 3D, 4 Elements, Azada, Brunch Panic, Sweet Memories Blackjack, Crazy Construction, Chain Blaster, 3D Streets of Rage, 3D Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master, Crazy Kangaroo, League of Heroes, and miscellaneous titles from Atlas, Media Sales and Licensing BV, Circle Entertainment, G-Style, Sega, and Game Lion Studios. Or Game Leon, however you say it. And the other Nintendo 3DS eShop release this week is Ambition of the Slimes. And on the new Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console, we got Mega Man X. That's the first game in the series. Hundreds of years after his death, Dr. Light's final creation is discovered. Now the future lies on the brink of destruction, and X must use all of his newfound powers and abilities to hunt down the Maverick Reproids and their leader Sigma before the human race is wiped out from the planet. Alright, so Nintendo's announced some new details for Pokemon Sun and Moon, and this is going to contain spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled about some of the new Pokemon and such in the game, then tune out now, because there will be spoiler discussion, as well as the full press release, which you can check out on our website at nvigames.com. I'm not going to go over the full press release, just going to go over some of the new details, and there'll be spoilers, of course, as I mentioned, so I'll give you a few minutes to tune out if you don't want to see spoilers, and I've got them marked as spoilers on the site as well. Alright, we're going to talk about spoilers now, so thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time. If you're tuning out now, if you don't care about spoilers, then keep on listening, otherwise tune out now. So here's the spoilers. Pokemon Sun and Moon's main antagonists will be known as Team Skull. They're led by a guy named Guzma and a girl named Plumeria, who are the boss and admin respectively. Team Skull will have male and female grunts as well, and Team Skull are such jerks they don't even buy their underlings' uniforms. They make them buy their own. There's also 3 brand new Pokemon that are going to be included in the game, and they are Wishiwashi, Pyokumuku, and Morlul. Wishiwashi is a water type and has 2 forms, Solo and School. It has an ability called Schooling, and this is how it switches between forms. And that occurs under certain conditions. Not sure what that means, but I'm sure we'll find out as the year progresses and once the game comes out. In Solo form, they're small and weak, but in School form, they form a massive Pokemon. Pyokumuku is also a water type, and it has an ability called Innards Out, which is another new ability in the games, and it lets a fainting Pokemon deal damage to its attacker. So if Pyokumuku faints, with 30 HP left for example, then Innards Out will activate and deal 30 damage to your opponent's Pokemon. Morlul is a grass and fairy type, and they are nocturnal, and they have an ability called Eliminate or Effect Spore. You can have either one. Morlul can have either of those, as I mentioned, and in prior generations, Eliminate was used to increase the encounter rate of wild Pokemon outside battles and had no effect in battles. Meanwhile, for Effect Spore, it had the chance to inflict status ailments like Paralyze, Sleep, or Poison on an opponent's Pokemon. It's currently unknown whether these abilities are going to be changed or not for Generation 7, which is Sun and Moon, or if they'll stay the same. I guess we'll find out when we get closer to release. Nintendo also announced some new Alolan forms for existing Pokemon, and the first one is Alolan Meowth. This version of Meowth is a Dark type, and Meowth are not native to Alola, and they were given to the royal family, and they were brought up in luxury, so that caused their form to change into the Dark type. Alolan Marowak is another new form, and in Alola, Marowak becomes a Fire Ghost type. It lights its bone on fire by rubbing it against its head, and the Alolans fear Marowak due to its appearance. And the final new form is Alolan Raichu. And Raichu is an electric psychic type here, and it gives a nod to the classic surfing Pikachu, as this form of Raichu can use its psychic abilities to surf of sorts on its tail in the air. You can check out some official artwork of all the new characters, or new Pokemon rather, and you can check out the trailer which goes over the new Pokemon, the new characters, and such as well. And you can check out the full press release also as well over on our website at nvideogames.com if you're not worried about spoilers. So that will do it for this week's episode of the Incast Live Weekly Nintendo Podcast. We'll be back next week with another episode, possibly a longer one. I didn't get to do very much this week, and so we'll see how it goes. As I mentioned, I've been pretty busy with my full-time job, so I haven't had a lot of energy to work on it when I get home in the evenings. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this episode of the Incast. And you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/nvideogaming or on Twitter at twitter.com/nvideogames. And you can check us out on the web at nvideogames.com for Nintendo news, screenshots, trailers, and lots more good stuff. And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We post videos throughout the week as well as the recorded versions of our live streams from Twitch. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Game on.